Spartans! What is your profession?
They think the machine never break. Sometimes the battery hit red. I ain't stopping, I'm just rebooting. Why the bounce back? Go! Go! Eyes heavy like I'm lifting weight with my eyelid. Brain foggy, feeling like I'm stranded on an island. Coffee pot empty and the energy is silent. Fighting with the demons in my head, getting violent. Staring at the screen, but the progress isn't moving. Spinning on the wheels, tell me what am I proving? Body aching, bad breaking, losing all the grooving. Every single step feels like I'm just losing. Working 24, but the needle barely nudging. Feel like I'm a hammer, but the wall isn't budging. Burn on creepy, yeah, the shadow is a trudging. Doubters on the sideline, yeah, they always judging. Is it worth the stress? Is it worth the hypertension? Did I make the turn? Did I lose the dimension? Need a little break, need a little intervention. Before I crash out and I lose the retention. Man, I'm feeling fried, sucker to your sizzling. Vision getting blurry and the rain start drizzling. Also feeling heavy, motor vision and fizzling. Waiting for the steak, but I don't hear the sizzling. But I can't quit, now I came to the flag. Even when I'm dragging and I'm feeling like a rag. Got too many gold packed inside the bag. Gotta push through even when I hit the lag. Just need a minute, just need to close the blinds. Disconnect the server, disconnect the lines. Lay the head down, let the body unwind. So I can wake up and get back on the grind. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Told her high for a second, shut the world out. Wake up a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My job is too big, yeah, I'm taking it back. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. They sit in the stands with a popcorn ready. Praying at my knees, buckle, hoping I ain't steady. Wanna see the downfall, wanna see it messy. Wanna see me crash like a stolen Chevy. I see the side, I hear the whispers in the dark. Waiting for the flame to extinguish the spark. They wanna see the dog loot a bite in the bark. But I'm a gray white swimming like a shark. If I quit now, man, I win the whole game. If I slow down, they gon' tarnish the name. Gotta feed the fire, gotta feed the flame. Satisfaction that they seek is a damn shame. I ain't gon' give it to them, never gon' fold. Story of my fair is a story never told. My desire to win is worth my goal. Bigger than the hate that they tryna hold. So I take a rest, yeah, I hit the pillow hard. Reboot the system, put the ace front of car. Keep the haters locked out, stand in the yard. While I recharge the battery and lower down the guard. Just for an hour, let the new runs reset. Wake up cleaner than I ever been yet. Ready for the war, ready for the threat. Gonna make them pay every single little debt. They want me to crumble, they want me to crack. But I bounce back like a rubber on the track. Sleep is the weapon, get the mind intact. Then I hit the gas, never looking back. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Close the eyes for a second, shut the world out. Wake up a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My drive is too big, yeah, I'm taking it back. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. Okay, I'm up now, white across the eye. Looking in the mirror, no more disguise. Demon on my shoulder, yeah, he finally died. Energy is peaking, reaching for the sky. Thought I was dumb and you must be crazy. Thought the burnout meant that I was getting lazy. Vision was blurry, now it ain't hazy. Pushing up Daisy, now I'm pushing Mercedes. Word didn't change, but the mind stay with flip. Got a new Megan, I put in a clip. Haters looking sick, yeah, they starting to trip. Watching me instant while they sinking in the ship. Progress was slow, now I'm moving like speed. Planting whole force when I planted the seed. Satisfy the want, satisfy the need. Made the competition turn around and bleed. I do this for the win, I don't do it for the likes. Coming up the mountain while you riding on trikes. Heading for the top, yeah, I'm planning the strikes. Running up the score, yeah, I'm racking up strikes. Turning the engine, failure's not an option. Turning every obstacle into adoption of a new method. Yeah, I'm swapping and I'm copying. Only thinking is the records that I'm popping. Burnout was a lie, it was just a little test. Put a head down, got a little bit of rest. Now I'm back stronger, pounding on the chest. Put me to the trial and I asked the question. Yeah, I'm wide awake now. You shouldn't have blinked. I can let them see me lose. My drive is bigger, be a hate, be bigger than a hate. Back, better work, 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 better work. Let's get it. Okay.
What up? What up? What up? Talk about being burned out, but you cannot let them see you lose. Because we're not gonna lose. We are not gonna lose. We are turned up. We are ready to work. We are ready to work. How is everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing tonight? Hopefully that you are phenomenally well. I hope you're having a great week. I am having a great week. I'm having a very, very busy week. I am going to do my best. I know next week, I already made a declaration that I am going to be sleeping earlier next week. This week has been rough, but we are here and we do not miss. We don't miss, all right? We're here. We're going to get this work done. I was talking about it yesterday. I said I wanted to try building a official OBS plugin that is going to piggyback off of the YouTube player that I showed yesterday, but I'm not the most happy with how it came out yesterday. This might take a couple of shows to get done. I don't know yet. I am not a C++ person. I just downloaded the software for C++. So we're gonna see how it goes. No guarantees, no regrets, no regrets. What what could possibly go wrong? Stick around and find out. All right. So let's get to the show. Like I said, I am not trying to be here all night tonight. It's been a long week, so we're gonna get it in, and we're going to get up and get out of here. I am Tickle Ralph. We are engineered to win. Let's take a let's start off with a little bit of housekeeping, really quick. First and foremost, thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel, those who have been with me for a very long time, and those who are brand new. Thank you for allowing me to add value into your lives. I appreciate every last one of you.
I appreciate you.
Shout out to the Tech Barbarians, my Patreon members, who work so hard learning this tech game, leveling up, whether they're creating videos, trying to jump into the content game, whether they are trying to get into this tech space, whatever it is. I commend you and I salute you for how hard you work day in and day out. There is no one like us. We are the absolute best. And when I say that, I really mean it, because we look for, we analyze, we dissect every aspect of our lives to see what weaknesses do we have, how can we make them better, how can we improve them, from getting these different ideas, from putting them, building applications, whatever it is. We plan and we execute. Plan and execute. We are the very best.
We the best.
And last, but certainly not least, shout out to my tech mercenaries, the YouTube channel members who make this channel possible to be taken across the entire globe, and soon eventually outer space into Mars. We are getting it in. We are working so hard, and I just have to tell you, we have to continue. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Quick announcements. Tomorrow we have the bug bite at noon Eastern time. Yesterday we had software explorations. I released the plugin that I made for OBS, a Python script. Shout out to my guy Rod Brown, who sent me the message at 11:52 p.m. But that's neither here nor there, because it's working. It works great for me. Although I don't have any YouTube videos to share today, but when I do, it works amazing. But I still want to make it better. But tomorrow we're going to be talking about a trillion, yes, a trillionaire, $1 trillion pay package for none other than Mr. Elon Musk. If you have the trillion word in front of your name, like you or hate you, I have to respect you by saying Mr. in front of your name, regardless of how everyone feels about you, what you did, and whatever, right? But if you can get to that, if you can land $1 trillion, if you can negotiate $1 trillion pay package, you, my friend, are Mr. Elon Musk in my book. It's the real deal. It is the real deal. We're going to be analyzing that to see what are the conditions of that $1 trillion pay package, the threat that Mr. Elon Musk made against Tesla, and all of that good stuff. And I want to know from you, should they have caved in to his threats like the Democrats did to the Republicans? Or should they have stood their ground and said, no, you, my friend, are not worth $1 trillion, even if you were to meet all of the milestones that we laid out for you. So that's going to be tomorrow's conversation at noon Eastern time. We do have a vibe code and chill on this coming Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be going through different applications. I'm going to be showing you some things about OBS. We can talk about content, so many different things that we can do. But that's going to be in the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon at techcoachralph.dev. We will be talking about all that good stuff. I'll be showing you any type of conversation that you want to have. We will have that there as well. Let me see if I can. Oh, it looks weird. It's better. It's better for mobile. Okay, just had to sit. Like I said, I get my OCD, my ADHD, and they start fighting against each other. So I see something that's off. I'm like, all right, I have to fix it. I have to fix it right now. right? Oh, they work well together most of the times, but sometimes it becomes a pain. But I just gotta do it. I just gotta do it. All right. So that is, and then so that's Saturday. Patreon, Vibe Code and Chill. It'll be on Google Meet as well as stream to the Patreon if anybody wants to join. And then Sunday we're going to continue with our speech app, our speech coach app, where we're building that through Flutter and through Supabase, running it locally. All right, so that is our upcoming plans for the week, for the rest of the week. Hope to see you there. We're doing a lot of stuff, and we are actually building things that matter. So just trying to add value in every aspect, from showing you how I'm doing this, speaking to you, reviewing news related stuff, seeing what CEOs are saying, mindset things, all those. We try to put it all together in a nicely packaged program for entertainment, for education, for information, for news, all of that good stuff. We try to pack it in here just like that. All right. Like a can of sardines. All right. But with that being said, I don't even have an icebreaker tonight because it has been such a long day. I had T-ball practice. I've been working on the content creation apps thumbnails, which I will be showing you that this coming Saturday on Vibe Code and Chill. So many good stuff, and all the stuff that I discussed last time with primarily Junior, I've implemented almost all of them. So we're going to be going through those as well, getting your feedback, and I really I'm going this Saturday. I will give access to, I'll give access to the content creation portal to a couple of people because I'm still kind of shaky on the usage. So there's something that I need to set up. But I'm gonna give access to a couple of content creators to give me some feedback on it and to use it and see how that goes. Right, but that's gonna be this Saturday as we go through our vibe coding. Right, but that is everything. Let me check the chat real quick, and then we will actually work. I had my guy Junior says, "What's up? What's up? What's up, family?" And I didn't want Junior to time shame me, so because I needed an extra 10 minutes because I was finishing up this song right here. I needed an extra 10 minutes, so I posted in the chat like, "Junior, give me 10 minutes. I'll be there." Which was end up actually being like 13, 14 minutes. And my guy Junior said, "No problem, coach." Thank you, Junior. I appreciate that, Junior.
I appreciate you.
All right. So we are going to. All right. So here's a game plan. Right. I have this software called Chillin from JetBrains, one of my favorite companies out there. They should sponsor me because I show their software on my live streams almost every. So I should get a sponsorship from JetBrains. But we are going to be using Chillin, which I've never used before. And we're gonna see if it has a Kilo plugin or something like of that extent. If Chillin doesn't, then we might have to pivot over to VS Code. Oh my god, did I just say that? Yep, VS Code. We might have to pivot to VS Code. We'll see. But hopefully we can get it. We can get Kilo into Chillin, and then we're going to start building the app. We're gonna have Gemini, hopefully Kilo, and Chillin. That's the game plan for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and throw up 20 minutes on the clock for our first 20-minute segment.
It's time to do.
And I am going to shift over to this screen over here. And I am going to open up Chillin for the very, very first time in my entire life. And let's see. Honestly, I don't even know what I need on my computer to run C++. It's opening up on the other screen. All right. Let me move this over here, and we're gonna say import from. I'm gonna go with WebStorm because I probably use WebStorm a little bit more than PyCharm right now because of all the lovable building that we do. So all right, so we have So it's importing my settings from WebStorm, copying the plugin. So hopefully once we open this up, it should have the all right. So let's go with the free non-commercial use. How much is a paid license? Um, it 1090 per month. I'm just looking. Eventually, I keep saying this every single, but eventually I will get the whole JetBrains suite. But just for, let's see, 30-day trial. I don't paid one right now. How much is yearly billing? $109 for the year, supercharged with JetBrains AI Pro. For an extra $100, but $109 for the year, and the second year. It's basically like the same price as like WebStorm individually, but I can get everything. I really want to do this. I want to do the all product pack, but right now I only use iCharm every now and then, WebStorm on a regular basis. I haven't really even used IntelliJ in a while because I haven't been writing in Java, unfortunately. So eventually I will find use for this all pack. But for now, we're gonna stick with non-commercial. We're just creating an OBS plugin. OBS is not anyways. So we're gonna go over to here and I'm saying agree with. All right. So wait, all right? Learning and self-education content. Oh, free for content creation. Open source, which OBS is open source. I'm not going to be charging for this plugin. Let's see. And all right, so let's start with non-commercial use, and then if we wanted to charge, I don't even know. So let's go. All right, so free non-commercial use, license to me, valid through 11/30/26. And there goes. So that's my very first time opening C Line. All right, let's go and start up a new project and C Line projects, and we're gonna call this project OBS. Call that OBS YouTube, or maybe I should say YT. YT stands for YouTube, not white, but YT, YouTube video share. We're gonna do that, and we are going to say create here. And like I said the other day, all right, I failed C++ in college. And by fail, I mean I think I got like a D plus, which I don't even know how I got a D plus. I think it was a pity D plus or a mercy D plus, because I had absolutely no idea. I had no idea what was going on in that class, but I got a D plus, right? So now it's time for 4.2 build make. I don't know what none of this means. All right, let's see, main.cpp, and I feel like saying, yeah, you know me. So we have this main.cpp. We have I don't know what. So I also want to, let's see if we can go to, and let's go plugin it, and have keto code. Let's install keto code. That's good. And I really like keto code, except for when it destroys my application. That part I don't like about keto code. But other than that, it works great. And it has helped us a lot. And so I didn't mention spec kit. We'll probably get into a little bit of spec kit in my life. You know, a little bit of spec kit in my life. Get into that a little bit. And we shall install a keto code, and then we're going to Python version of the plugin. And I'm gonna show you where it told me that I might need to use a program like C++. Let's see. So we have this. So Kilo Code is installed. All right. So get started with Kilo Code. Works with the latest AI models, Claude, Gemini. Started. I'm logged into Kilo Code. So I'm just going through the sign up process. All right, I'm in. Oh, okay, I have to use your own API key. All right, so we have you must provide a valid API. Let's say Google. Um Provide use authenticate LI tool. It does not require API. If you have not authenticated with, so I think so because normally I just use the Gemini API but I've never actually tried using the Gemini CLI inside of Kilo Code. So we're gonna try it with that one, see what happens. I don't know. But let's go for the model of Gemini 2.5 Pro. And does not support. All right. All right. So close that out. Okay, so the best way to do this. I could tell it that I could pass it the file that I or could pass it the Python script. I think I'm gonna do that. Pass it the Python script and say that we want that into a pass the Python script and say that we want to turn it into C++ native OBS plug. I think that's what I want to do. All right, so what I'm gonna do is to add a context for command, hold shift and drag files. All right, so I'm going to find that file that I created that I'm gonna find the Python script, right? So it's gonna be that's going to be at here. Let's go to and where have the okay, there we go. OBS YouTube. All right, so here is the and I am going. I can just okay, and I'm going. I created this YouTube plugin with Python to work around sharing YouTube videos with vetting, get around YouTube 153 error. What caused it again? Reason. I think it was like cross something, right? Um Uh, so all right, YouTube header. So I want to plug in where I can just pass URL and it tracks the video ID and shout out to you. Why did that not show up? Hold on. Hold up. Hey, am I not showing? Oh, oh, that's why. All right, cool. We're gonna do that again. Because I didn't see who that was, so I have to for signing up, subscribing to the. Yeah, that. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Shout out to Cybrin Strubat. How? Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel.
I appreciate you.
All right. All right. So we are here. So I want to pass it into pass it in the script. I don't know. Let's go. Let's start off with that. See what we can get. And I'm gonna say this is going to be architect, and let's send that off. Well, that didn't work out too well. So this is saying permission denied for the CLI. All right. Let's go to the CLI and do a I. We need to log in to Gemini. Gemini. All right, let's do Control C again. All right, I got you. Do that. I'm updating Brew. I am going to switch to a. Just switch to. Let me see why I couldn't. This is saying that Gemini CLI API error permission denied on resource fault. Denied permission denied. Valid. Permission denied on resource fault. All right, I'm gonna switch regular. that. That one's not that. Edit. I don't know. This one always seems to prompt that I had earlier. Copy that. All right, instead of using the Kilo Code official plugin, I'm going to use the old Kilo Code plugin that I used to use back in the day, or that I still kind of use now. And we're going to, so that should use my other Gemini, but I can figure out this actual code. Oh, okay. We're going to do. I can get it. I think my Gemini will be there. Try. All right, so that's working. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit. All right. So, all right. I understand the task. You have a Python script that works around YouTube embedding issue. Want to convert it to a native OBS plugin. First, I need to gather some information to create a plan, understand the existing Python script. I need to understand what the Python script does and how it extracts the video ID and how it handles embedding workaround, understand OBS plugin development. I need and the
Lunch break! Lunch break!
All right, let's finish reading this and then we can go to break, all right? I need to understand the basic OBS development plugin, including the required files, the structure, and API, determine the best approach for integration. I need to figure out how to best integrate the Python script functionality into a native OBS plugin. This might involve rewriting the script in C++, which is what we want. That's why we're using Clion, the language OBS is written in, or finding a way to execute the Python within the, okay, got that. Plan, analyze existing Python script. Okay, you have the path, understands functionality. Research OBS plugin development to understand requirements and best practices, determine the best approach for integrating the Python script functionality into native OBS, create a basic OBS plugin structure, implement the video ID extraction and embedding workaround logic in OBS plugin, test the OBS plugin with different YouTube URLs, package the OBS plugin for distribution. First, I'll read the Python script to understand. Okay. I've understand okay, I read the Python script. Here's what I've gathered. Functionality. The script creates a local HTTP server that serves a YouTube embed function. It uses a cached busting technique to force a browser in OBS refresh. Video ID extraction. The script doesn't directly extract the video ID from YouTube. Instead, it relies on the user providing the video ID through the control panel. Embedding workaround. The script uses OBS or uses YouTube nocookie.com to embed the video to likely avoid privacy issues or the one mentioned. OBS integration. The script uses OBS Python library to interact with OBS, allowing it to find and refresh browser sources, thread safety. The script uses a thread safe queue, to pass video IDs from the HTTP server thread to the main OBS thread, which is important to avoid crashes. And have a better understanding of the existing script. I need to refine my plan to account for the fact that the script doesn't automatically extract the video ID from the URL. I need to add that functionality to the plugin. Here's my updated plan. Analyze the script. Analyze the existing script. Okay. Who is called? Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Got a call from someone that I haven't spoken to in like 10 years. All right. Let's continue. Let's continue. Got to call him back after this. As the show must go on. So let me finish reading this, and then we're going to go to break, right? Research OBS plugin development to understand the requirements and best practices. Determine the best approach for integrating the Python script functionality into a native OBS plugin. Implement YouTube parsing to extract the video ID. Create a basic OBS plugin structure. Implement the video ID extraction. Test OBS plugin with different YouTube videos. Package OBS plugin for distribution. Before I proceed, I want to clarify a few things. Target platform. Are you targeting Windows, Mac OS, or Linux in the plugin? That is a great question. I think as of now, I'm going to say, because I'm on a Mac first, and then for Rod Brown, and only, I'm just kidding, not only for Rod Brown. I don't like him that much, right? I'm sorry. By the way, his name is Beloved from now on. My bad. I don't love Beloved that much, but we'll do it for Windows as well. And let me see. C++ experience. How comfortable are you with C++? Not at all. The more comfortable you are, the more feasible it will be, right? The Python script. We shall find out. But we're going to go to break right now. And then when we get back, we will answer those, we'll answer those clarifying questions, and we'll get to work. We shall get to. All right. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be painful, but sometimes pain is the best medicine. Does that make any sense? Absolutely not, but it is what it is.
Bruh.
All right, let me check to see if we have anything in the chat, and then we shall get to our first topic. So we got my guy Junior says, once you said download Python, I said no. LOL, my computer has no space already. I have a hard drive connected to. I'm fighting for disk space. I have my hard drive connected that I need to. It's like I say, all right, I'm gonna transfer the files over, and then the show ends, and I'm like, all right, I got other things to do. I got other things to do. I hear you, but we are going to. Hopefully this works, and we'll find out. We shall find out. All right, but we are going to get to our first break time topic. There's one more thing I want. Let me go ahead. Add the second. All right, cool. We got both. Got both of them. All right, so let's go to break. Our first topic for tonight is the Canva CEO says, when I shut my laptop, I tune everyone out. I do not take a look at Slack. I don't take a look at my emails. I don't look at my phone. I say, leave me alone. All right, so let's go. And is she right for that? As a CEO, do you have downtime? Should CEOs have downtime? Let's get to it. So this is brought to us by Business Insider, written by Henry Chardonnay. Chardonnay? I'm go with that, right? Henry Chardonnay. 500. Apple is Nvidia, pretty. Microsoft. I'm sorry. Like I said, ODD, ADHD. I see when I see my money running it up, I'm like, ooh, that's pretty. All right. Canva CEO says Canva CEO says she doesn't have email or Slack on her phone. When I shut my laptop, I actually tune out. All right. Let's see. Do we agree with this, right? So, and this is a quote. When I'm working, I'm all in. Canva CEO Melanie Perkins said, when I'm not working, I am all out.
Bruh.
All right. So, the TLDR, Canva CEO Melanie Perkins said that she has built healthy habits like keeping Slack and email off her phone. When I shut my laptop, I actually tune out, Perkins said on Lenny's podcast. Shout out to Lenny, whoever you are. Other CEOs of companies like Telegram, Hinge, and Glassdoor have expressed support for digital balance. So, my first thought is, as a CEO, do you have the ability to shut off your laptop, shut off your computer, and tune out? Or are you always on call, always on demand? Because is it possible that you can shut your laptop, shut your phone, shut your Slack, and then you come back to a burning building and your company is no more, and which therefore means you are no longer CEO? I don't know. Let's see what. Let me see. Can I zoom in some more on this? Let me see what. Okay, there we go. So, in the age of ever pinging Slack and team messages, disconnecting from work can feel impossible. Canva CEO Melanie Perkins recently shared how she logs off and why digital boundaries are important. I don't have email or Slack on my phone, said on Lenny's podcast. When I shut my laptop, I actually tune out. I don't even know if that's. But then again, I am not like, how much is Canva? How much? Canva was last valued at 42 billion in August 2025 based on employee stock sale. While this is the most recent official valuation, it's not a public market price since Canva is still a private company. As a private company, its value is based on periodic funding rounds and secondary share sales, with its 42 billion figure derived from a recent employee share sale and an anticipated IPO in the future. Okay, so all right, so as a $42 billion company, do you have the ability to close your laptop and not care about the company at that point, right? Because or do you associate disconnecting from your bread and butter as not caring? I don't know. That's a tough one. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about that. All right. Okay. So that doesn't mean Perkins is fully offline. She's still reachable. If there's a real issue, I'll get an emergency call or page, he said. Perkins co-founded the graphic design company in 2012 with Cliff Orbeck and Cameron Adams. In over a decade of leadership, Perkins said she has learned the importance of balance. I don't even honestly, I have no idea what balance. It might be a me thing. I might be the one who's wrong here, but I have no idea what balance, right? It's about taking time to see the bigger picture. Actually, giving that mental space, I think, is really important, she said. Even though, even at the top of the org chart, other founders and CEOs have been known to set digital boundaries. Telegram CEO Pavel Durov wasn't he in like a bunch of trouble? This Telegram CEO wasn't he like? I remember something happening to him in France, maybe. He was arrested, wasn't he? Let me see. Pavel Durov, the founder and CEO of Telegram, was arrested in France. Yeah, last year, France, in August 2024, as a part of an investigation of criminal activity on the platform. He was charged with 12 counts, including complicity in distributing child exploitation, and drug trafficking. So, and I think this charge against him was not that he was necessarily doing it himself, but the fact that it was happening allegedly on his platform for the drug trafficking and the child exploitation. The French government tried to hold him accountable for that, right? Since French authorities have accused Telegram of having almost total absence of replies to requests for cooperation. So I don't know if let me see. So bail. He was released on €5 million bail and placed under judicial supervision, which required him to remain in France and report to the police twice a week. Released from France in March 2025, French authorities suspended his judicial supervision obligations, allowing him to leave France. The arrest is part of a larger investigation into criminal activity on Telegram. French authorities have stated that Telegram has been unresponsive to their request for cooperation. Anyways, going off track. Sorry to divert, but I do what I want. All right. It says that he tries to limit his phone usage as phones can be a distraction that prevents people from forming their own ideas. That makes sense. That does make sense. And imagine now in the age of AI, it's even worse, right? It says, I know it's kind of counterintuitive because I founded one of the largest social networks in the world, after which I founded the second largest messaging app in the world. So what was the social network? All right, go back to this guy. What else did he? All right, so what did he find? He found, oh, there's Telegram. What? I never heard of this. VK started a social networking site with his brother Nikolai after graduating from university in 2006. The platform, Russian's equivalent to Facebook. Okay, I never knew that. But he was eventually ousted. Oh my God, he was ousted? From the company in 2014. Aw. Sorry to hear that, Pavel. All right, let's keep getting off track. All right, so this Glassdoor CEO Christian Sutherland Wong. This last name doesn't really match this last. Had a different reason for getting offline, spending time with his kids. In 2024, Sutherland Wong said that he doesn't answer texts or emails in front of his kids. I can't say that. I definitely answer. I'm a terrible. That's what they're trying to tell me. I am not as good as see this guy. Let's see. Is there a picture of it? I refuse to work late or on week. We definitely have to review this one next week. I refuse to work late or on weekends. That's a CEO saying that. I'm gay. I kind of see the Sutherland Wong take now. I kind of see it kind of makes sense now. Sutherland Wong. I did not see those two last names going together, but it kind of makes sense. I can see it. All right. Okay. Let's see. It says he doesn't add. So we're gonna read that. We're gonna read that one. We'll probably table that for Sunday. But I'm curious to see how his take on being the CEO of Glassdoor, not reading emails or the phone on weekends and not texting in front of his kids. That's interesting. I want to lead by not having digital products all around. Although you make a digital product. In 2018, Hinge CEO Justin McLeod said he doesn't have email on his phone. Does he have Hinge on his phone though? Does the CEO of Hinge have? Does the CEO of Hinge, is he the CEO and also a user? McLeod described himself as a much better decision maker and a much better leader when he's not following a minutia of emails on his phone. And he doesn't have email. On the other end of the spectrum are hardcore founders who embrace the 996 work schedule, a work style that has, is it 996 work schedule or 996? A work style that has gained popularity in recent years. So I'm going to have to check this one out too, apparently. I've spoken to, I think we did talk about this a little bit. I've spoken to a lot of founders who haven't quite found that, and then do struggle with it, Perkins said on the podcast. When they're working every weekend, it feels like the right thing, but then sometimes you can't miss the forest for the trees. I personally don't have any days off. I might have hours and time blocks off, but I gotta be productive every single day. I gotta be productive. And there are a plethora of ways to be productive, and I get them all in all day, every day. But I do not believe in taking days off. I would go crazy if I was just staring at a wall doing nothing all day long. You might as well put me in the right. Because it says you're just working harder and harder, but maybe you're actually working on the wrong things. Well, my counter to that is, what about if I'm working harder and harder, but I also make sure that I'm working on the right things so that I can be quadruply productive instead of not working at all or working partially on the right thing. I want to be working harder and harder on the right things that I can more, right? That's but then again, I am not a $42 billion company but that's it. Let me know your thoughts. Am I off on this, or should I look to live the life of I close this laptop and I'm like, the hell with all of you guys and the content that you're expecting from me, from the coaching that you're expecting. I close it and I am out. Do not bother me whatsoever. Or do I continue? Do I continue to run it up? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who do you side with? Do you side with the 996ers or do you side with, well, I close my laptop and leave me the hell alone? I don't know. All right. Anyways, in T ways, let's get back to work. Junior says, I think it's a good thing to disconnect, but I loved what I did, so I didn't do it. That is, see, that's a dilemma. That is a dilemma because I love what I do too. And I think the things that I would be doing if I actually quote unquote disconnected, I would be miserable. I would miserable.
Bruh.
But they say if you do the things that you love, you never actually work a day in your life. The problem comes in when you have to do all the other stuff to manage and maintain. See, I noticed that a lot of people when their hobby becomes their business, their entrepreneurship, their life, that's when they actually start to hate to do the thing that they love. Because they have all this overhead, and it's like now the thing that you love, you become a slave to the thing that you love, and that's how you start to get all frustrated and stuff. But it depends how you do it. It just depends how you do it. All right. Anyways, great insight, Junior, as always. We are going to jump into another segment. We're gonna jump into another segment. All right. Let's go over to another 20 minutes.
Let's go! Let's go!
Where did you go? Where did you go? Oh, I pressed I pressed the wrong one. Been a long day. I've been in meetings like, oh, it feels like all week. I feel like I've been in meetings all week trying to get stuff deployed. It's been crazy, but I live for it. All right. So it says, are you so let's answer the clarifying questions. I'm targeting Windows. I want you to paste the full URL. I'm comfortable targeting Mac OS. I want users targeting Mac OS. I want users to paste the full URL, and I'm comfortable with C++. Targeting Mac. So we're gonna do this one. I'm targeting Mac OS. I want users to paste the full URL, and I'm not very comfortable with that one. All right, let's continue to read what they got going on for us. And it's getting to work, actually. It is getting to work. Okay, it says, okay, I understand you're targeting Mac OS. You want users to paste a full URL, and you're not very comfortable with C++. Given these constraints, I recommend the following approach. Leverage existing Python scripts. If you're not comfortable with C++, we'll try to reuse as much of the existing Python code as possible. Create a minimal C++ OBS plugin. We'll create a C++ OBS plugin that acts as a bridge between OBS and Python script. This plugin will receive the YouTube URL from the users, pass the URL to the Python script, receive the video ID from the Python script. I don't want these to update the browser source in OBS with the new video ID, implement URL parsing in Python. We'll modify the Python script to extract. Here's my updated plan. Analyze the existing Python script. Create a basic. Implement YouTube parsing. Uh, let's break down the remaining tasks into smaller, more manageable. Modify the Python script to extract the video ID from the URL. Add a function. Create a basic C++ plugin structure. I forgot that I'm in architect mode. Restricts files to markdown files. I need to switch code. Okay, I'm now in code mode. I can proceed. I've modified the Python script to extract the video ID from a URL. I hope you didn't modify my Python. They sure did modify my Python script, which I did not approve of, but okay. I am going to. You modify my Python script for it? I can always undo it later, but let's do this instead. Let's do. I'm gonna say I don't want to Python. I think I am comfortable enough with C++ to figure out how to make more native script work. Goal also is not required to install Python on their because that my learning curve and Junior might not have space on his computer. Let's see what we can do. I understand. You read really fast. Says, I understand you want to create the natives without relying on the existing Python script or requiring users to Python. This changes the approach significantly. I need to adjust my plan to reflect. Analyze the Python script. Create research OBS plugin. Create a native OBS plugin. Implement parsing. Test it. Let's break down build process for C++. Then create a basic C++ OBS structure. I'll create the basic files and structure required. I'll start by researching OBS plugin. I'll use ask mode to get information about OBS plugin development. What are the basic requirements for creating the C++, which including the required files? Says a CMake text file, CPP file for the plugin logic, a header file for are required. You want me to answer this? The build process, a make.c++. Let's see. You're asking me? Let me see. Oh, that. Go to Gemini. Ask Gemini. Go over here to Gemini. All right. So creating a C++ plugin for OBS primarily involves leveraging the OBS API, utilizing the CMake build system. The most straightforward way starts by using the official plugin OBS plugin template. Prerequisites. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just copy this. Copy this whole thing right here. Gonna go into here. Uh, really fast. So I have a good understanding of the requirements, creating the C. Based on the information gathered, here you create a new directory for the plugin. Create a CMake. This will tell CMake how to build the plugin. Create the C file. Create a header file. This will contain the declarations for the plugin's functions. I'll start by creating a new directory for the plugin. Since I can't directly create directories, I'll execute command. Okay, let's run that command. The directory has been created. Now I need to create the following. I'll start by creating, okay. I'll use the write to file tool to create the file. I'll need to provide the content of the file, which I'll base on the information gathered about the OBS plugin. Okay. All right, now I need to create the YouTube plugin CPP. I use the write to file tool to create the file. I need to provide the content of the file, which I'll base on the information I gathered about OBS plugin development. Okay, has been created. Now I need to create a YouTube plugin.h file. I'll use the write to file tool to create this file. This file will contain the declarations for the plugin functions and classes. Okay. Now the OBS plugin has been created. Now that I've created the basic C++ plugin, I need to configure the cmake.txt file to find OBS Studio dependencies, headers, and libraries, and find the target dynamic the files in the OBS YouTube plugin directory to make sure everything's in place. Okay. The files are in place. I need to find the OBS Studio dependencies. The cmake list file currently uses find OBS Studio. However, it relies on the OBS path environment to be set. Need to determine if the OBS path environment variable is set, which can use the execute command to run. Okay. It's probably this one. Ooh. Hmm. Okay, so yeah, it's this. Okay. Now I need to modify the cmake. I need to modify the cmake list.txt file to set the OBS path environment. I can use the apply underscore div tool to make modifications. I've modified the cmake file to set the OBS path environment. Now I need to build the plugin. I can use the execute command to run the following command: cmake -build -b build OBS YouTube plugin, or cmake. Okay, these commands will generate the build files and then build the plugin. All right, let's build the plugin. Aw, that sucks. How do we install cmake on our YouTube? Oh, there's a CMake. Let's go. Let's get it. Wanted this one. All right. Let's see. I think CMake has been has it? Docs. Let's say I do. Cool. All right, it's there. So let's say I have installed C. Let's see if that works. Let's try to run it again. What? All right, so the build failed again. This time the error indicates CMake could not find the obs config.cmake or obs-config cmake. This means that the find packages obs required command cmake.list file is not able to locate the OBS Studio package. The error message suggests setting the CMake prefix path or OBS directory variable to a directory containing one of the following files. So I already asked for the OBS Studio installation. I can use that information to set the OBS directory variable and CMake list. Okay. Right. The apply diff. Do you guys notice that the AI talks to itself every now and then? It says, you're right. The apply diff failed because the content of the file has changed since I last read it. It's likely due to a previous apply diff command. I need to reread the file and then apply the changes. Okay, now I have the latest content. Now I need to modify the CMake. Okay, I've modified the CMake. All right, let's try the build again, see what happens. It seems like the OBS directory is not enough. Okay. Second. All right. Let's see. Let's see. So we have all right, so it seems like OBS is not enough. The find package is still not able to find the package. I need to examine the structure of the OBS Studio installation to understand how CMake package. I will use list files to list the files of the application. I'll use recursive. Wants to recursively view all the files in this directory. Okay. I have a list of the files. It's like the relevant files for CMake are located in this location. I need to list the files directory to see if there's a CMake directory for a OBS config CMake. Okay, I have the file list for the lib. Okay, if it doesn't contain a CMake, or this suggests that the OBS Studio package is not designed to be found by using package. I need to find another way to link against the OBS libraries. I'll modify the CMake list. Please specify directory. I have the latest content make file. Now I need changes, adding it. Okay. Now I'll try to remove it, add library. Okay. Seems I made a mistake in the diff format. I actually, hey, stop making mistakes. Stop making mistakes, all right? I removed the duplicate lines. Let's try again. The build failed. This time the error indicates OBS was not found. This means that the include directives are not being correctly specified in CMake. I need to modify. C is not going well. All right, so I included the headers. Let's try to build it again. This is not going well, y'all. This is not going well. I need to examine. Okay, the directory is empty, means that is not located here. I need to find the correct location for the OBS module. I'll try searching for the file in the entire OBS Studio installation directory. It did not find it. It's possible that is not included in the pre-built OBS Studio application bundle. In this case, I would need to build OBS Studio from the source to get the headers. However, since you're not comfortable with, should have lied. Building OBS from source might be too complex. I need to ask the user if they have the OBS Studio SDK. I can use the SDK to build the plugin. Do you have OBS Studio SDK installed? Let's find out if we can install the OBS SDK. So we are gonna go over to let's go to the developer guide. So OBS Studio, why not having a traditional SDK in the sense of a single bundled package like some other platforms offer extensive. All right, so let's go to here, developer guide. Says OBS Studio can be extended through the use of plugins, scripts, and via web sockets. OBS Studio has a rich collection of user-developed plugins. All right. These are typically implemented in C++ and compiled into dynamic libraries that are loaded when OBS Studio is set up. Main advantage is the high performance raw access to those. All right. Let's go to guide. OBS Studio supports a variety of plugins that provide new kinds of sources, filters, and features. Some plugins also allow OBS to communicate with certain kind of software, such as Elgato Stream Deck. The OBS. All right, so let's see.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
What about if you wish to use a custom plugin directory? If you wish to install OBS Studio to a custom location. If you need to install a plugin manually, the relevant files likely need to go into one of Okay, so here we go. For setting up a development environment, you want to contribute to OBS programming contribute to programming for OBS Studio. Whether you're making a new plugin or tinkering with OBS, we appreciate all the contributions to the project. Follow the guide to get up and running. So I am going to need phone this over here. I guess we should put that in this project. Build the code. All right, so when we come back from break, we will. All right. Many people want to get into OBS Studio development in order to make a plugin rather than alter the core functionality. It turns out the OBS code is already pretty modular, and many features are considered core features are actually plugins that just come bundled with OBS. So learning about OBS development really means learning about plugin development. For more details on plugin development, check out this page. We strongly recommend using OBS plugin. Ooh, there's a plugin template. But when we get back from break, we will check out this documentation and the plugin template, because maybe we can just pass the plugin template over to Kilo and have it figure that out. All right, so let's go to break. All right, we are at break. Let me see who we got in the Chizat. We got my guy, the very, very beloved Rod Brown. What's up, beloved? Shout out to you. You had a great live stream yesterday, beloved. Shout out to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you are doing absolutely phenomenal. Beloved. All right. Let me see. All right. So we are going to get to our second break time topic of the night. We are going to be talking about what you talking about, Willis? AMD CEO Lisa Su, I believe her name is 35% annual growth driven by insatiable AI demands. Yes, indeed. AMD, we taking over, baby. We taking over. All right, let me gotta turn. That's so. All right, so let's go over to here. All right, so AMD's Lisa Su sees 35% annual sales growth driven by insatiable AI demand. This article was brought to us by CNBC, courtesy of Kif Leswing. Shout out to Kif Leswing. The TLDR, what's the skinny? AMD CEO Lisa Su said that AMD could be able to achieve double-digit share in the data center AI chip market over the next 3 to 5 years. The AI chip maker is currently dominated by NVIDIA, or the AI chip market is currently dominated by NVIDIA, which has over 90% market share. If you guys have ever seen, Junior, have you ever seen the movie Top Shotters? I don't know if Rob ever heard that movie, but I've seen it a few times. And there's a line that always stuck with me, right? So the main characters, they're in their car at like a gas station or something, or on the side of the road, and they have a snitch in the car with them. And his motorcycle is right there, right? And now the opposing gang unit, they pull up to him, and the snitch is shook because they can see his motorcycle. Like, what is he doing, right? And he's shook and he's trying to hide, but they see his motorcycle. And as they're having a conversation, and as they're about to end it, and the rival group, the rival gang, says to one of the main characters, the hothead, he says to him, "It's your world," right? He says, "It's your world," and the main character says, "And you have to pay to live in it." That was it. Oh, and that always stuck. I never forgot that line. It says, "It's your world, and you have to pay to live in it." And that's what NVIDIA. Why do I bring this up, right? Because that's what NVIDIA is saying to all the other chip makers. They say that the AI chip market is dominated by NVIDIA. They have a 90% of the market share. So AMD, Intel, all the other stragglers out there, they say to NVIDIA, "It's your world." And NVIDIA responds, "And you have to pay to live in my world, because guess what? We can just eat you. We can just eat you up and spit you out." Right? AMD says its overall revenue growth would expand by about 35% year over year. It'll expand about 35% over the next 3 to 5 years, driven by insatiable demands for AI chips. Right? So this is the AMD CEO, Lisa Su. I got her confused the other day because I had never seen her before, but now me and Lisa are besties. I like to listen to what these CEOs are saying to see where they see the market going. What do I need to adjust in? What do I need to shift in? Because guess what? They're the ones who are positioning the tech game. So we need to see where they're going, and we need to adjust accordingly. All right. It says, AMD CEO Lisa Su said on Tuesday that the company overall revenue growth would expand about 35% over the next 3 to 5 years, driven by insatiable demands for artificial intelligence chips. Yep, we read that. Su said that much of that would be captured by the company's AI data center business, which expects to grow about 80% per year over the same time period, on track to hit tens of billions of dollars of sales by 2027. I own NVIDIA. I own AMD. I got both of them. All right, because I own this company, right? Small portion, but I still own them. All right, so don't judge me. Because this is what we see as our potential given the customer traction, both with the announced customers as well as customers that are currently working very closely with us. Ultimately, Su said that AMD could be able to achieve double-digit share in data center AI chip market over the next 3 to 5 years. AMD shares fell 3%. Aw. Let's get my off sound effect. Fell 3% in the extended trading. Shares rose in extended trading when AMD said its gross margins in the coming years would be between a range of 55 to 58% better than analysis had expected. So, I mean, if the market moves based on what these companies say they expect, then you go, well, I expect 150% to 200% range, right? But then when they don't achieve it, then it's going to all fall down. So we don't want that either. So honesty is always the best policy. The AI chip maker is currently dominated by NVIDIA, which has over 90% of the market share. It's your world, NVIDIA, and you guys say, and you have to pay to live in it. That's how it goes, right? According to some estimates, and which has given the company a market cap of over $4.6 trillion versus AMD's roughly 387 billion valuation. Isn't it amazing that NVIDIA makes AMD's valuation look like crumbs? Like pennies?
Bruh.
That's harsh. That is harsh because I mean, if NVIDIA didn't exist, I'd be feeling myself at 387 billion. But it's like NVIDIA's like 387 billion. As Fannie Willis would say, that's cute. All right. AMD is holding its first financial analysis day since 2022, as the company has found itself at the center of a boom in data center spending for AI. While companies are spending hundreds of billions of dollars in total on graphic processing units, GPUs, chips to build and power artificial intelligence applications like OpenAI's ChatGPT, they're also looking for alternatives to increase capacity and control costs. AMD is the only other major developer of GPUs aside from NVIDIA. In October, AMD announced a partnership with OpenAI in which it would sell the AI startup billions of dollars in its Instinct AI chips over multiple years, starting with enough chips in 2026 to use 1 gigawatt of power. As part of the deal, OpenAI could end up taking a 10% stake in the chip maker. Two also highlighted long-term deals with Oracle and Meta on Tuesday. AMD shares have nearly doubled so far in 2025. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome because when AMD shares double, that means my shares double as well. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right. Is there anything else to that one? Okay, there's more. OpenAI is also helping AMD set up its next generation systems based around its Instinct MI400X AI chip, which ships next year. I'm gonna see if I can get my hands on. I wonder how much those. Let me see how. Before I say I want to get my hands on one of them, I would just put it like right there in the background, right? But let me see how much is one of these chips. Let's see. Maybe I can take a swing over to Best Buy and get me one of these Instinct MI400X chips. All right, so it says the AMD Instinct 400 AI accelerator is a new product, so its exact price isn't public yet. Right? It says, let's see, but it's expected to be in the tens of thousands of dollars. What? All right, maybe we won't put it in the background right there. Maybe not. Maybe I got ahead of myself. Previous comparable AMD AI chips like the MI300X cost around $3,000 to $3,300 to rent by the hour. you thought that was the price of it, right? You thought that was the price. Gotcha. You thought it was gonna be $3,000 to $3,300 for one of them. No, they said no. They said it's $3,000 to rent. Not for a week, not for a day, but for an hour. For an hour.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
AMD has been raising prices for the MI350 chip from $15,000 to $25,000. NVIDIA's competing H100 AI GPU can cost around $25,000 per unit.
Bruh.
All right, I got into the wrong business. I should have joined the GPU making business because $3,000 per hour? $3,000 per hour. Good Lord. All right, it says cost comparison with other AI accelerators. AMD MI400X exact pricing is not yet released. However, based on the cost of other high-end AI chips, it's likely to be tens of thousands of dollars. AMD MI3350, they raised the price $15,000 to $25,000. It says AMD MI300, while not for purchase, rinsing on demand costs range from approximately $1.50 to $3.99 per GPU per hour from cloud providers. Okay, maybe I will take one of these for a test drive one of these days, right? That is more in my price range. And we're gonna finish with this. The NVIDIA H100, the price is approximately $25,000 per unit, with some configurations costing as much as $30,000. Whew.
They ain't believing us.
I went into the wrong business. AMD has said that its chip will be able to be assembled into a rack scale system where 72 of its chips work together as one, which is essential for running the largest AI model. So let's math here. So if they are charging about let's go $20,000, right? For one. And they have 72 of those bad boys. Is it $20,000 per hour or per unit? 72 of those. So that's like 100. I did the math on this. Where's my trusty calculator? This is too much. Go here. That would be, so let's say 20,000 times 72. That would be, put the comma, $1.4 million per unit for using 72 chips working together for the good of one, right? That's a lot. If AMD succeeds at its rack, it will catch up with NVIDIA's AI chips, which have been offered in a rack scale system for 3 product generations. What? Talk about being late to the party. Talk about being late to the party. Because guess what? As AMD finally catches up, NVIDIA will be working towards something else, right? That's gotta stay ahead of the game. Tu said that the company now sees the total market for AI data center parts and systems hitting $1 trillion per year in 2030. Hopefully you're invested in AMD. This is not financial advice. Representing 40% of annual growth per year. AMD reported $5 billion in AI chip sales in its fiscal 2024. That's up from the company's previous forecast of $500 billion market in 2028 for AI chips, but the updated AMD figure also includes central processor CPUs and an important kind of chip that sits at the heart of its computer, but isn't a pure AI accelerator like the GPUs made by NVIDIA and AMD. Okay, AMD's EPYC CPUs are still the company's most important product by sales. It primarily competes with Intel and some smaller ARM-based processors in the CPU market. AMD also makes chips for game consoles, networking parts, and other devices. On Tuesday, although AMD focused much of its focus on its growing AI business, it told shareholders that its older businesses were growing too. Shout out to that. Never forget where you came from. The other message that we want to leave you with today is every other part of our business is firing on all cylinders. And And that's actually a very nice place to be, Sue said. Sorry. That's it. That is it. All right, let's go. Let's go back to full screen. So there you go. AMD, they are projecting to have a massive, massive growth in the next coming years. So I'm happy about that. I hope they run it up. And here's my hope. Here's my goal. Here's my dream. I hope that AMD and Nvidia are very, very fierce competitors. That I would love them to be the most fierce frenemies, and that they are going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, innovating, so that they can be so spectacular, so great, so great. They iron sharpening iron, and in that way, they run it up for me. They make my stocks jiggle and dance and all of that good stuff. That's my hope. That's my dream for Nvidia. I want them to be the worst enemies, but the best of friends. To me, and run it up for right. That's my dream.
Let's get it.
All right, we are going to get back to work. One last final segment of work for today. Let me see if there's anything in the chat before we do that. Let me see. Junior says he was shook hiding in the. I knew you saw that movie. I knew you saw that movie. He was so shook. He's like, oh my god, they gotta see me. They gotta know it's me. But that line in that movie, I never forgot it. It's your world. Yup, and you gotta pay. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. Oh my god, we got Snow Bunny Bag Chaser in the building. Good evening, Snow Bunny. How are you doing tonight? It's such a pleasure, as always, to have you here. And keep up with your videos. They are so helpful, so encouraging, and love to see your journey, all that good stuff. So keep at it, keep doing a great job. Let me see. Here says the lovable chat feature is pretty awesome. I just used it to tell me what's wrong with my app. I've been using it more and more as well because like there will be what I say. It helps me mine out ideas as well. I'm like, I don't like how this thing is working. What are some ways? And it'll come out with the whole implementation plan. So it is really good. It's gotten a lot better. Let's see. All right, cool. We're going to get into our very last segment for tonight. As it should. All right, cool, perfect. So we're gonna get to our very last segment, our very last working segment. Let's make sure that's clear. Our very last working segment. So I am going to pull up this over here.
It's time to do.
Okay, so we were looking at the plugin development. So let's take a look at the plugin doc real quick. Okay, so almost all custom functions added through plugins. Okay, we got that. Plugin module headers, custom directory and text file, native plugin initialization. All right, so that's cool. Let me take a look at this plugin template as well. Let's take a look. All right, so the plugin template is meant to be used as a starting point for OBS plugin development. It includes boilerplate plugin. Okay. So we could getting started. Let's do. All right. We are gonna do. Thinking. What is the best? All right. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna copy this URL, and I'm gonna say ask. There is a there is a there is a OBS plugin located in GitHub story. What is the best way to of this that our let's try that. Let me see. You provide a link to the GitHub. There's a much better approach in trying to manually configure the build system. The best way to use the content of the repo is clone the repository. Okay, and then copy the template files into the OBS plugin. Okay. Analyze. All right. So here's analyze that. Research OBS plugin development. Create the C++ plugin. Okay. I'll start by cloning the OBS plugin template repository. I'll clone it into a new directory called OBS plugin template. All right, that's cool. If it added it to maybe update it, put it somewhere. Says I need to switch back. Kilo wants to switch. Okay. So I don't know. All right. Okay. Run the command to clone. Let's see what's going on here. I don't know where they cloned it. All right. So now let me see. We have based on the template structure hasn't been cloned. All right. I don't know where it cloned it though. And now I need to copy the necessary files based on the template structure. The files needed are this one. Oh. Okay, I think I got it. Let's see. I'll execute. Okay, we got that to move them over. I have to list the files. Okay. Okay, now I can copy them over. All right, let's do the copy. Okay, there goes the plugin template that was added. Now it's copying over into the YouTube plugin. I have the content of the YouTube plugin. I need to add a function to extract the video ID. Create a new OBS source that allows the user to input a URL. Update the browser source with the extracted video ID. Okay, the function uses a regular expression to extract the video ID from the YouTube URL. It handles YouTube. Okay, nice. I like the fact that it's able to handle both of those. I need to create a new OBS source that allows the user to input a YouTube URL. This will involve creating a new C++ class that inherits from the OBS source class. Since this is a more complex task, I'll provide a basic structure for the OBS class. You will need to fill in the details based on your specific needs. I don't know that. Maybe I shouldn't have lied about my knowledge level of C++.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Let's see. All right, so where are you asking me put something in. So I guess it was talking to itself because I didn't do anything. All right. So I have added the code to extract the video created from the basic structure of the OBS. Added the code to register the source. Now I need to apply these changes to the OBS YouTube plugin. Okay, apply diff failed because the content of the file has changed. All right, I got that. Okay, I have the latest content. All right, I need to apply these changes. All right. Okay. Apply diff failed again. Seems like I'm having trouble applying the. Okay. Now add the YouTube data source. Okay, I'll add this. I'll add that. Now I'll move OBS module unload to the end of the file. I apologize for the repeated errors. I'll be more careful. Yeah. Okay. Now I'll move. All right. Let's see. I apologize for the formatting errors. I'll be more careful. Edit unsuccessful. Now move. All right. I'm really struggling with the apply diff tool. I will try a different approach. I will use the right to file tool to completely replace the content of the file. Okay, I've written. Now I can try building the plugin again. All right, let's try to build it. Let's see. Okay, the build failed. It seems like the CMake file from previous template relies on some custom CMake modules that are not available in the current environment. I need to examine the CMake. Okay. The OBS is empty. That is unexpected. I need to examine the CMake list to see where the files are actually located. OBS plugin temp. I need to copy the config from. Okay. First, I need to examine. First, I need to list the files. I'm very sorry. It seems like I'm having a lot of trouble with this task. The OBS plugin is direct. Okay, it is struggling. Let's see. Okay, I need to remove this. Okay, let's see. Now I need to copy. I'll try to list. Okay, maybe I missed them before. Okay, I see the CMake directory now. I will list. It's still it's still empty. Oh my god, this is too funny. This is very strange. I will try. Okay, all right, I got you. Okay, I finally found the file. Don't they have a? Let me see if they have a Mac. Maybe you should copy it from the Mac instead. All right, there we go. Since I'm targeting Mac OS, I should. Okay, there you go. Oh, smart little cookie over there. All right, so let's do it. I'm telling you, the AI was struggling. It might be a vibe for us, but it was not a vibe for the AI right there. It was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Bruh.
Building OBS Studio on Mac OS requires Xcode generator. Oh. Hopefully this is I hope by me pressing the. All right. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to press this button. I hope it doesn't just explode my entire OBS and now the whole live stream goes kapoops and we're done. Hopefully that doesn't. I hope that doesn't happen. But I like to live life on the wild side. All right. I like to live life on the wild side. So I'm going to click the button here. But if it ends the live stream, just know that I appreciate you guys for being here, and that it's been real, and that I blame this all going down this rabbit hole and the potential end of this live stream on the one, the only, beloved. I just pressed the button. And nothing happened. All right, cool. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen here. Xcode does not match the generator used previously. Okay, so we're gonna clear this stuff out. Hopefully this doesn't wipe out the entire computer. AI ruined my computer. All right, ready? Let's go to here. Something is happening. Something is happening. Aww. All right. Oh, let me see if I can find I need to get this particular sound effect back in my life right here. I need the sound effect. There we go. That's the one I want. That's the one I want. All right. Let's go to could not open editor. Let's see what happens. So it started doing something, but then it couldn't find the such prefix of libobs to make or okay. So now the build failed again. It seems like this stuff. Okay, the search files did not find that include. But these includes, okay. Try it again. Not going too well for us. So we are struggling. Okay. The defaults include Xcode. I need to prevent these includes. I did not. So Xcode does a lot of stuff on the Mac. It's still struggling. The build failed again. It seems like I'm having trouble with the find package. I need to manually specify the include directories. Based on the structure, it looks like the directory should be this. The library directory should be that. Try that again. The incorrect number of arguments. The helpers file defines something. I can try to build a plugin against the Xcode generator. It is not going well at all. It seems like I'm having trouble with something. I see the problem. The set targets function is being called while properties keyword, but okay. Try that again. Oof. Struggle streaming already. All right. I am still encountering the same errors. Being called. Okay. I mean, are you just gonna keep doing the same thing over and over again? What changes are you making? I mean, next I'm about to tell it that stop that. Maybe I just see. I have to keep trying until it gets. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Let's see. Ooh, manage command. Let's allow this one. So I can like at least get that far. Doing it over and over and over again. Let's see. No sources given to target. Uh, okay. Well, give it those two permissions. It is trying because it's having trouble. Ooh, this got further actually. The following build command. Uh, run script, generate something. It's getting further. It's getting further. The build failed. It seems like the OBS module file is still not being found. I need to re-examine. CMake. What? Oh, we got a 500 error. Let's retry. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. I'm still having trouble building the plugin. Could you please provide the correct um build failed? It seems like the OBS dash module is still not being. I'm really struggling with this task. I've tried many different approaches, but I need to ask the user for help. I'll ask them to provide the correct include directories for OBS. So I am going. Now we're gonna go over to Gemini. And I'm going to say I'm trying build and yes, but I'm gonna do it like this.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
I'm just gonna copy that. The build failed again. Uh, all right. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna change that back to. Let's see what this was supposed to be fixed. Well, whatever. Let's see what this one says. Sounds like you're running into a very common problem when setting build environment. Core issues that your compiler can't locate better. You're absolutely right to focus on the directories. I know where the OBS, so I can properly adjust the build configuration. Could you please tell me the full path to the directory where you have placed header file folder containing this on a where would I uh this thing was working. All right, it's a great clarification. The path structure for OBS, yeah, Windows, your plugin name. So if you start with the official OBS plugin template, pre-built, download the pre-built Mac OS dependency, will likely be plugin name, OSX, or Mac OS. In this case, the main reference the directory. If you built OBS Studio from source, which I did not do, regardless of the specific path, you're looking for a folder that contains. You're looking for. You need to find. You need the path to the directory containing the OBS folder. Path. Can you use the full path? So before we wrap it up for tonight, let's see if we can. So what command would I use terminal? He would say fine.
What's this? Oh, it's only money.
What? Stop the show. Stop the show. Shout out to my guy, David Yeti. I think David Yeti's telling me to wrap up the show because if we are in overtime and he just sent me a super chat, he's like, all right. Let's get back to it. Let's get back. So hard. It is so hard for me. All right, let me see if I can find this real quick. If not, then we're gonna wrap it. Let me try this really quick, and then we'll go here. Find here terminal. Let's see. It's searching for. All right, well, let's leave it at that then. We will leave it at that, and we will pick this up next week. Hopefully next week we can find the file that it's looking for, but I think we're making a lot of progress. We're getting closer and closer there. We're getting closer and closer to it. I'm excited. I'm really excited about this. Like I said, never really did anything in C++, but through the help of AI, we can do anything, all right? But that's it. That is it. Let me check that one next. All right. Check the chat, and then I will wrap up the show. Let's see. Let's start off with my guy, David Yeti, with the $5 super chat. Shout out to my guy, David Yeti. Is just stopping by to support. Here's a cup of coffee for your midnight session. And you might be right, because who knows what beloved will be sending at 11:52 p.m. saying, hey, I found this cool thing to make your plugin work. And I'm like, all right, I got it. I was right about to go to sleep, but I guess I have to get back to work. I'm
in a bind, Nate.
All right, let me see the rest of the chat, and then we'll get up out of here. So let me see. Junior says, and it also gave me a comprehensive list of all the issues and then a solution. And it'll even say, do you want me to implement this plan for you? And be like, oh yeah, sure, go ahead and implement it. It does all the work for you. So that is awesome. I'm happy to hear that. It says, and now it is fixing issues. And let me see anything else. Let's see. Rod Brown, aka the one, the only, beloved, did not like that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Well, we're gonna get up and out here. It's been great. Remember, so a reminder. I'm gonna keep beloved here with me, right? I'm gonna keep him right here. I mean, I'll leave him right here with me. Appreciate it. But quick reminder: tomorrow noon Eastern time, we have the bug bite. We're gonna be reviewing Mr. Elon Musk's $1 trillion pay package, the first $1 trillion pay package in the world. We're going to talk about if it's actually worth it or if it is money not well spent, because there were some people who was against it. There were some people who are against it. We're going to talk about all of that tomorrow, noon Eastern time. Saturday, Vibe Code and Chill. We're going to be going through different apps. We're going to be going through talking about whatever you want to talk about, answering questions. If you have help, if you need help with content creation, I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to be giving access to my content creation portal. If Beloved is interested, he'll be the first one to get access to it. All that good stuff, right? All that good stuff. So, and then Sunday, working more on the speech app, all of that, right? So that is the plan. That's my life. That is my life. We work. I'm going to go take a power nap though. Sign up for Resume Flow, TechCoachRap.dev to join us on Saturday, and sign up for the wait list. I'm about to send out some invites tomorrow to the thrive.TechCoachRap.dev. I'm going to hold up. I'm going to throw this in there. I'm going to throw this in here too, right? I think it was yesterday. I was listening / watching the Millionaire Morning Show, and Anton, he was talking about, he was going through his list of goals that from like over the years, and like how he's, I'm gonna have 1,000 subscribers, 5,000, 10,000, and continue to grow, and how he would continue to add to, and how he would continue to add to his goals as he would accomplish, as he would hit this milestone, he goes boom, 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 right? And I sent your car a message. I was like, this is actually like what he's explaining. His system is what I have actually been building for the self-coaching portal, where you don't like, you can do it on your own as long as you have that consistency and that discipline. You set your goals, you set your milestone, you set your rewards. If I hit this milestone, I'm going to reward myself with this. And for whether it's for like your business, career, health, nutrition, weight, whatever, fasting, accountability mirror, cookie jar, all that good stuff, I have it in there. So sign up for the waitlist, thrive.techcoachrap.dev. So if you need that organization, I got you, right? So that's resumeflow.app, techcoachrap.dev to join us for the Vibe Code and Chill, and thrive.techcoachrap.dev to sign up for the waitlist. I'm sending out some invites tomorrow. So if you sign up for the waitlist, look for an invite tomorrow, all right? But that is everything. It is time for my hour nap. All right? Ecotrough, we are out.
Spartans! What is your profession?
They think the machine never break. Sometimes the battery hit red. I ain't stopping, I'm just rebooting. Why the bounce back? Go! Eyes heavy like I'm lifting weight with my eyelid. Brain foggy, feeling like I'm stranded on an island. Coffee pot empty and the energy is silent. Fighting with the demons in my head, getting violent. Staring at the screen, but the progress isn't moving. Spinning on the wheels, tell me what am I proving? Body aching, bad breaking, losing all the grooving. Every single step feels like I'm just losing. Working 24, but the needle barely nudging. Feel like I'm a hammer, but the wall isn't budging. Burn on creepy, yeah, the shadow is a trudging. Doubters on the sideline, yeah, they always judging. Is it worth the stress? Is it worth the hypertension? Did I make the turn? Did I lose the dimension? Need a little break, need a little intervention before I crash out and I lose the retention. When I'm feeling fried, suck it to your sizzling. Vision getting blurry and the rain start drizzling. Plus I'm feeling heavy, motivation and fizzling. Waiting for the steak, but I don't hear the sizzling. But I can't quit now, I can't to the flag. Even when I'm drinking and I'm feeling like a rag. Got too many gold packed inside the bag. Gotta push through even when I hit the lag. Just need a minute, just need to close the blinds. Disconnect the server, disconnect the lines. Lay the head down, let the body unwind. So I can wake up and get back on the grind. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Pull the eye for a second, shut the world out. Wake up a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My job is too big. bag. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. They sit in the stands with a popcorn ready. Praying at my knees, but hoping I ain't steady. Wanna see the downfall, wanna see it messy. Wanna see me crash like a stolen Chevy. I see the side eyes, hear the whispers in the dark. Waiting for the flame to extinguish the spark. They wanna see the dog loot a bite in the bark. But I'm a gray white swimming like a shark. If I quit now, man, they win the whole game. If I slow down, they gon' tarnish the name. Gotta feed the fire, gotta feed the flame. Satisfaction that they seek is a damn shame. I ain't gon' give it to them, never gon' fold. Story of my fair is a story never told. My desire to win is worth my goal. Bigger than the hate that they tryna hold. So I take a rest, yeah, I hit the pillow hard. Reboot the system, pull the ace from the car. Keep the haters locked out, stand in the yard. While I recharge the battery and lower down the guard. Just for an hour, let the new runs reset. Wake up cleaner than I ever been yet. Ready for the war, ready for the threat. Gonna make them pay every single little debt. They want me to crumble, they want me to crack. But I bounce back like a rubber on the track. Sleep is the weapon, get the mind intact. Then I hit the gas, never looking back. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Close the eyes for a second, show the world out. Wake up a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My drive is too big, yeah, I'm taking it back. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. Okay, I'm up now, wipe the crust out. Looking in the mirror, no more disguise. Demon on my shoulder, yeah, he finally died. Energy is peaking, reaching for the sky. Thought I was dumb and you must be crazy. Thought the burnout meant that I was getting lazy. Vision was blurry, now it ain't hazy. Pushing up Daisy, now I'm pushing Mercedes. Word didn't change, but the mind stay with flip. Got a new Mac and I put in a clip. Haters looking sick, yeah, they starting to trip. Watching me and sin while they sinking in the ship. Progress was slow, now I'm moving like speed. Planting whole forest when I planted the seed. Satisfy the want, satisfy the need. Made the competition turn around and bleed. I do it for the win, I don't do it for the likes. Coming up the mountain while you riding on trikes. Heading for the top, yeah, I'm planning the strikes. Running up the score, yeah, I'm racking up strikes. Turning the engine, failure's not an option. Turning every obstacle into adoption of a new method. Yeah, I'm swapping in, I'm copying. Only thinking is the records that I'm popping. Burner was a lie, it was just a little test. Put a head down, got a little bit of rest. Now I'm back stronger, pounding on the chest. Put me to the trial and I asked the question. Yeah, I'm wide awake now. You shouldn't have blinked. I can let them see me lose. My drive is bigger, be a hate, be bigger than hate. Back, better work, 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 better work. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Ho, get it. Ho, get it.